right. So we do these life assessment wheels, you know, from time to time, and everybody has their own kind of way of thinking about it. But I want us to take it one step further. And so I'm going to show you the, what I call, or no, it's known as the Ecocycle model. And then we're going to do a little bit of work of kind of mapping some of those things that are on the life assessment wheel with this Ecocycle model. And so I'm going to show you, where is it? That's weird. Oh, there it is. Can you see it? Okay. So this is a model that is actually, I have run across it more in like planning and like strategic planning type processes. But I feel like it really applies well to some of understanding our life. So maybe in a way I'm thinking about life as like these different components, almost like a planning cycle. But I really like it to better understand how we are thinking about where things are in our lives and getting a clearer sense of what is happening. So this Ecocycle is just a figure 8, you know, turned on its side. And starting at the top, can you see my cursor if I am using it up here? So we have the gestation, the sowing. So in a seasonal, like if you're thinking about the medicine wheel kind of way of thinking about things, this area would be the north. It would be the winter. It would be governed by the element of wind or air. And this is a period of incubation, of hibernation, maybe even of death. It might be an area where I just think about, the animal here would be the bear. It's strong, it's confident, it's patient. And the bear crawls into its den during the winter and it hibernates and it just waits for those seeds to take root, to be planted. The area down here is birth. It's the tending. It's the east. It's the spring. It is yellow, often symbolized by yellow or fire. It's the sunrise, the renewal, and that birth. The animal here might be the eagle, who flies up high and has the vision, the sight, can really see both the landscape and the finer details. The feelings here are often victory or success or power. And then you have this upward effort, uphill effort from the birth, that little seedling. Think about that work that it takes to get into this maturity. So this would be the summertime, also represented by the south if you were thinking about the medicine wheel, and the color red. The element here would be earth. So this is the abundance. This is the harvesting of the ripe berries. This is the receiving of that earth abundance. It's the fertility, the passion, the growth, the joy. Here, the element or the animal might be buffalo, the provider, the strong, the endurance. So this is maturity up in this quadrant. And then down here in the bottom section is the creative destruction. So this is the fall. It's the west, the sunset. The color is black. And the element here is the water, emotion. It's, we need creative destruction like we need water in our bodies. And here is the animal of the wolf or the coyote. It's playful and it's adaptive and it's an intelligent destruction. And as we destroy, we have this whole renewal process, and we have to climb all the way back uphill into the gestation, back into the gestation. So there's a couple other key points here. Over here on the left-hand side of the model is the poverty trap. So we can't move along the cycle if we don't give the adequate resources to birth the thing that we're tending. So what is it? So this is to get from this place of the north to the place of the east. So this is the transition that we're in right now of moving from winter to spring. What resources are needed to nourish? What are you not giving enough to? What are you needing more of to really create that? And then over here, the maturity to the creative destruction, there's a rigidity trap. What are you holding on to? What's old? So I wanted us to take the categories that we identified on our life wheel, and I want us to think about where these categories are on the spectrum of the ecocycle. So for example, for me, I would say like my day-to-day work, my job is here in the maturity section. But my feelings, my satisfaction, the way I feel about it is like a 2 on my scale of what it is. And so what I can do then is start to think about, what am I holding on to? What am I afraid of creatively destroying in this work? Is this an appropriate place for me to stay right now? Or do I need to allow it to move through the cycle and see what comes and what new birth comes? You know, I would say like sisterhood and relationships are over here in the birthing area. So this moving up into maturity takes effort. It's an it's an uphill journey. So then what is it that I need to bring to that? So taking all the different categories that you just created and starting to think about, where are these landing on the cycle? And then how does that then relate to the way that you're feeling about them? And how they kind of, how we feel about them in the ranking or the scaling. Does that make sense? It's kind of a different or new model. So ask questions.
It makes sense. I think I just need to digest or think about my own scenarios for each one. But like, yeah. I'm resonating with the career one, right? Like, I feel like, yes, mature, like abundant, but not meeting that soul need, right?
Yeah. And it's okay for, I think that, just noticing like, oh, am I like health? I kind of feel like I might be in a couple different places all at once. So that's okay too. It's just to sort of give yourself a map in your life of where you feel like these different things are occurring. And I forgot to mention, this is also in the packet that I sent out, because it kind of relates to some questions that I have later on. So, so do you all understand what we're doing right now? We're just trying to take a minute to just map out where things are. I'll go ahead and play a little music while we do that.